Here we go. Your reputation precedes you, Enio. In fact, it's for that reason that I'd like to introduce you to someone. That minstrel at the end of the bar, wandering in here the other day, said he was seeking inspiration for a new ballad. That sort only an adventurer of distinction could provide. Who better than the man who saved the world to give this minstrel the stories he seeks, eh? Humor the gentleman, I say. Dawn may banish even the darkest night, yet ever shall primal desires burn. Two swords shall be to lay them low, a blade born of light and a blade forged of might. Alas, man may entrust his fate unto but wood. Lest you wonder, these are the words of Archon Loizo. While not written as poetry, I find poetry within them nonetheless. Years ago, when I arrived in this land, I was beset with peril day and night, forced to endure countless trials which tested my mind, my body, and my fate. And I'm not ashamed to admit that I would have faltered had it not been for the help of a handful of nameless adventurers, honest men and women who proffered the hand of friendship to a weary soul and led him safe from the darkness. When I look upon you, I am reminded of them. I can tell that you are well-traveled and possessed of both constancy and character. You are a man of the adventuring profession, yes? I seek a valiant hero whose deeds might have served as an inspiration, and I have reason to believe I have found him. After all, was it not you who faced Gaius von Balzar and his elegant weapon? You must tell me everything that happened. Omit nary a single detail, I beg of you. Truly a tale worthy of legend, and so eerily it matches the writings of Archon Loso. Two swords shall be to lay them low, a blade born of light and a blade forged of might. Alas, man may entrust his fate unto but one. The Black Wolf was a conqueror who aspired to rule through might, and the weapon was key to his ambitions. Yet in the end, people of Eorzea entrusted their fates to a brilliant blade, the Warrior of Light. A rather fitting moniker, in my humble opinion. Thank you. At last, I have found the inspiration I sought. A battle to decide the fate of a realm. The words, the notes, I feel them coming together. Your tale, EnioHabev, your song. From an era long forgotten, a blade of midnight drawn, from a distant land uncharted, a warrior who bears the dawn.
Oh, do you mean like dialogue options?
Yeah, dialogue options, where you can do, where you can create relationship stuff, but you can't do that in this game, but that's alright. I don't know if this is hard difficulty or extreme difficulty.
You can to an extent. It's just extreme, I think. This is the Ultima.
Let's give it a shot. Provoking again.
Oh.
Yeah. Wait, we did it? Or no?
No, we didn't.
Again, we die. Oh.
How did that happen? Yes.
So, Erasa will take care of the orbs.
Ursa just said that everyone can soak orbs, so don't be shy about running with someone else.
Yeah, okay. But for the first part, yeah, this is what we're gonna do, yeah, for the first phase.
Oh, never mind.
So I'll use AoE when those orbs appear, right?
No, they're not. They're not damageable. You have to walk into them to kind of make them explode.
Oh.
The way they work is they deal damage based on whatever is closer to them. If it's one person, they are going to get nuked. So
yeah,
the damage is split amongst the number of targets that pop it. So if 2 people go, it'll deal enough damage to like both to half.
Yeah.
They kind of share it.
Okay, almost 4. We got this. Almost at 4. Just waiting for that moment. Okay, we got it, I think. Okay, still at 3. Waiting for that inevitable 4.
I'm not sure what attack causes the...
There we go, 4.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I know what it is now.
There we go. All right. The orbs are not there yet, right? Just let me know, just to give me a heads up on that if you can.
Okay. They're up.
Okay, okay.
Nice, good job, good job.
There we go, there we go. Thanks for the heads up.
Yep.
Provoke. Oh, no. Ultima weapon. Oh, I did not provoke the Ultima weapon. There we go. No, it's all back on me now. Perfect.
It's on you. It's on you. Sometimes he just does this,
ouch.
He just randomly sends out line AoEs all over the place.
Yeah. I'm just matching buttons at this point, but I think we can do it. Alright, here we go. We're doing good. Looking good. Oh, orbs again! Whoa. There we go. Didn't miss that this time.
That was the set of orbs that usually kills us, I think.
Oh, I reacted to that just on time. Oh boy. We almost got this. Oh boy, this is close. This is so close. We can do this. Oh. Is this it? Yes! Finally! Finally! Oh! Finally!
Good job. Good job.
Oh man. With the right guidance, oh man, it feels so satisfying. Oh man, that was great. Ooh,
This was your first extreme clear, wasn't it? Like your first actual extreme.
No, this is not my first, but this is probably the first time I actually got told of advice. So yeah, that might be my best work yet. Was it not just as you remember, Enio? Come now, what's the harm in a little exaggeration? I only changed a few details for dramatic effect. And even if I had not, others would have done so eventually. It's the nature of every story to grow with each telling. Time is of the essence, Enio. While my knights make ready to depart, the heretics may take our allies in Snowcloak unawares. Superior training and equipment will avail them not if they are cut down here, their swords are drawn. But all is not yet lost. If you leave now, there may still be time to warn them. Make haste, I beseech you. Fly to Snowcloak and tell Sir Imric everything we have discovered. God's bless whoever designed this uniform. I would have frozen to death by now if it weren't for this great coat. Sir Imric, he's over there. Have words with the man if you must. We shall speak anon. How could any man hope to tunnel through ice this thick? It would be the work of years. We are at a disadvantage here. We should linger no longer than necessary. Enio, this is a welcome surprise. Perhaps the only one thus far. As you can see, we have yet to uncover any hidden... You have my gratitude. Truth be told, we suspected the heretics might be plotting such an attack. Now that we have confirmation, I shall place my knights on high alert. As Commander Liverler being informed, the Braves must be made aware. It must be here! I am certain of it! Why else would they go to such lengths to defend Snowcloak? It's but a pity this discovery comes when our enemy has us at such a disadvantage. Forewarned though we be, the heretics know the terrain far better than we. I dare not think how many are watching us at this very moment. Confound it! This is all wrong. Iceheart has us scrambling to save our own skins, when we should rightly be straining every sinew to find her, and stop this damnable summoning. There she is! Come here, girl! Wow. Nice, Ida. That was close! They didn't hurt you, did they? Only my pride, Ida. There will be others nearby. We must see that they are given a similarly warm welcome. Commander Liverler! There's been a development, sir. Together with the Temple Knights, we have secured the entrances to some half-dozen tunnels, after spotting the enemy breaking the surface. But that is not all, sir. We think that one of them may be important. Certainly, the heretics near flung themselves upon our swords to defend it. Aha! Just as I suspected. Amongst this warren of tunnels lies the entrance to Iceheart's lair. Some of the others, we are going in. A moment, Alfinowd. The tunnel in question is barely wide enough for 2 men abreast. We cannot say with any certainty where it leads, much less what is waiting for us there. Furthermore, we have no way of knowing how many heretics are still lurking here on the surface. What if they were to converge on this point after we enter the tunnel? For all we know, we could be funneling our forces into a trap. I take your point. If the tunnel is indeed as narrow as you say, greater numbers would be a more hindrance than a help. Should we encounter difficulty, our own allies would become an obstacle to escape. Ahem! A change of plans! While we rendezvous with Sir Imeric and keep the heretics at bay here, you will go wherever that tunnel leads. If you find Iceheart at the end of it, do not let her escape. You venture into the unknown, so see that you are prepared for anything. I suggest you call upon your allies, though not too many, or Papalemu will sulk. The entrance to the tunnel, sir. It's just over here. Had we not seen the heretics breaking the surface, we would never have noticed it. Per Sir Americ's orders, we will stand guard outside. Please be aware that even should you encounter significant resistance, we cannot leave our post. First time seeing this place. Music definitely stands out already. There we go. Yeah. Got it. Shamed I had to die. That wasn't too bad. The tales do not do you justice, warrior of light. Yes, I know who you are, and you know who I am. I was given the name Izile, but I earned the name Iceheart. This endless cycle of hatred, of bloodshed, and sorrow. You would see it continue, O noble warrior of light. I would not. I will not. I will bring an end to this war between dragon and man, no matter the cost. In time, you will come to understand that what we do for the greater good. For Eorzea, for Hydaelyn. That took longer than I expected. What news, Enio? So Iceheart is but a pseudonym. Not that it matters. That you managed to escape is regrettable. But from your description of that beast, you did well to come as close as you did. In any case, now that you have cleared a path, the Temple Knights can begin to survey the tunnels in earnest. Mayhap they will find a route past the ice wall. Wouldn't that do wonders for their fight against the heretics? The Crystal Braves will certainly share the credit for it too. 12 be praised, Enio. We may yet turn the situation to our advantage. Assuming we stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva, of course. Needless to say, our fellow Scions have not been idle. Minfilia and Urianger have been busy perusing the archives of House for Temps, gathering what information they can on Shiva. Which reminds me, if you were intending to trudge back to Camp Dragonhead to report on the day's events, don't. The antecedents should be here any minute. I can only assume some people enjoy subjecting themselves to this cold. Ooh. Antecedent, you come to us straight from the archives of House for Temps. I trust your time there proved fruitful. Well, it had. Urianger and I scoured countless texts, but what we found was of questionable veracity. Accounts of Shiva's life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, only agreeing upon one point. She lay down with a dragon, the gravest of all sins, according to the Ishgardian fate. Yet in the eyes of Iceheart's followers, this was a holy act, the blessed union of man and dragon. How such a thing could even be possible is quite another question. Suffice it to say, I very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House for Temps. Much knowledge has been lost over the centuries, though in this case, one wonders if it is by circumstance or design. You said that Iceheart took a moment to plead her case prior to escaping, did you not? Viewed without prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to an endless war serves the greater good. I think Sir Imeric might take issue with her methods. I do not care if a few stragglers manage to escape. Until the sappers confirm that a tunnel is safe, the men are not to search it. Yes, Lord Commander. You pursue your foes with less zeal than I had expected, Sir Imeric. Lest you misunderstand, I do not deny that our enemy has given us good reason to be prudent. I merely meant, you being a man of fate, that I had expected a certain single-mindedness. After all, was it not by the will of Halone that your ancestors came to this land? Why they took up arms against the Dravanians? What would they have done in your position, I wonder? There are those who believe that fate is a renunciation of free will, that unquestioning devotion is required of all who would live a life in service to the Fury. Such righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of men. We are all at liberty to interpret the scriptures as we will. I choose to believe that the Fury would value the lives of our followers over the debts of our enemies. But I would not presume to speak for the Knights of Eld. 'Twas a different time, nay, a different era, and scripture tells us only so much. Would that it told us more. That man is awfully pragmatic for a servant of the Holy See. A welcome trait at the negotiating table, to be sure. Less so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhap he does not truly believe that Iceheart's plan can succeed. Truth be told, I too remain somewhat skeptical. Shiva was real, a living, breathing woman, of that there can be no doubt. In this respect, she differs from every other figure to have been summoned, each of whom has worshipped as a god. The sole exception being good King Mogul Mog XII, the myth made manifest in response to the fervent supplications of the Mogul's Guard. Saint Shiva may differ, but what of the heretics? They are a tribe of outcasts at war with a mighty nation, who yearn for the resurrection of the one who embodies their beliefs. If that is not placing one's faith in a higher power, then what is? Crystals and conviction, Minfilia. They have them both in abundance. Can that truly be all that is required? My survey team has concluded a preliminary analysis of the Aetheryte Iceheart used to escape. They believe that she teleported to another Aetheryte, somewhere not far to the west. Despite the apparent proximity of this second Aetheryte, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly. Unless Iceheart has some means to mask its signal, I can only presume she had it destroyed to prevent us from following her. Without the means to teleport as she did, we have no choice but to search for an alternate route, most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let us not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues in Charlayan may be able to assist us. I pray that you're right. I dare not think how long it will take us to survey the entire tunnel system. While Minfilia looks into our Aetheryte problem, I would like to request your assistance with another matter. The third unit is currently tracking the remnants of the heretic force which attacked us. However, the search goes poorly, despite our numbers. Corritas is vast, and Iceheart's followers know the terrain far better than we. Your knowledge of this region may serve to hasten the process. The sooner we capture Iceheart's followers, the sooner we can press them for their leader's whereabouts. Also, though it is admittedly a selfish request, I feel that my braves would benefit immensely from working alongside you. While we have our share of veterans, we also have more than a few less experienced recruits, many of whom look up to you, in case you are not aware. Good. I knew you would understand. Yuhase can apprise you the details. When the task is complete, come and find me at the Observatarium. Captain Ilbert and I are meeting there to discuss the latest developments in his investigation. The Temple Knights shall hold Snowcloak in our absence. Let us leave them to their work. Ours is more pressing. There you are, Enio. Commander Leveler instructed me to wait for you. Your assistance is most welcome, believe me. Most of the turd hail from Ulda, and for a man accustomed to the feel of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather disconcerting. But to the matter at hand. Nary a moment ago, I received word that the heretics we seek have been spotted making for Dunifin Pass. My braves are already in pursuit, and I should be grateful if you would join them. I myself shall be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said that I do not earn my coin. Those balls, my ankle is on fire. Caught my boot on a rock or something and twisted as I fell. The others went on ahead to through Dunifin Pass. Hurry, and you might catch up. If you aren't sure where to go, look for tracks. The snow is fresh, so they shouldn't be hard to find. Scion, what are you doing here? The heretics? I'm not sure. There was a great-scaled beast and... Yuhase? I think he went east on his own. The heretics split up, so we did too. How embarrassing. I was so intent on following the heretics' tracks that I almost failed to notice they had doubled back. Almost, mind you. One tried to sneak up behind me and got a knife in the gut for his troubles. I thought myself alone, so I started searching the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest. And lo and behold, before his friends found me, I came upon this. Withdraw in groups of 3 or less to the Observatarium. Give the signal and wait. The merchant will be watching. Be late and be left for dead. Speaks for itself, does it not? They can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside the place. So we should restrict our search to the surrounding areas. Let me rephrase that. You should restrict your search to the wilderness around the Observatarium. I will need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. I am through with listening to your excuses. We leave now. How? The woods are crawling with those blue coats, and the knights are searching every wagon that passes through the gates. Well, stay with him. Then, if you think you'll fare any better. Now, there's no need for that. There are places like this in my homeland. Sacred snow-capped peaks where blood must not be shed. Yet your lands ever thirst for the blood of the fallen. And by your deeds it has drunk deep. No, I have done no wrong. None but meet in secret with heretics. Deny it all you will. We shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the art of interrogation. Damn it all! Fancy meeting you here, Enio. I presume your work with the Third brought you hither. What a tangled web. Lest you wonder, we came not for the heretics, but for the merchant who has been conspiring with them. He came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the Ivy. It beggars belief, I know. But it seems our favorite Garlean spy may have been providing assistance to Iceheart. Were it not for the efforts of Lady Yugiri and your shinobi, we might never have discovered this connection. Master Alphanite is too kind. I fear my people and I have done little to aid your search for this spy. We long to strike back against the Empire and weaken their influence in this land, to prevent the tragedy which befell Doma from reoccurring. The days ahead and the work they promise will require a very particular set of skills. Skills which I am fortunate enough to possess. If you will allow it, I would accompany you until the investigation is complete. That is a most generous offer, Lady Yugiri, and one which I will gladly accept. Thank you. Though I may disappear for a time, know that I shall never be far, and shall always be watching. A comforting thought. Come, Enio, let us wait inside for Captain Ilbert to return and deliver his report. Captain Ilbert seems confident that the merchant's resolve would swiftly crumble when pressed. If so, we should have new information here along. As to whether it will bring us any closer to learning the Ivy's identity, I would rather not say. Given our adversary's cunning, I shall consider us fortunate if we are spared another wild dodo chase. The gods know we have more than enough to occupy our time as it is. Captain Ilbert, you report, if you will. Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say that the man could tell us naught that we did not already know of Shiva. We have since handed him over to the Ashgardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Our inquiries concerning the Ivy, however, have proven more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel by which the heretics acquired their information on the shipment routes. Go on. You will recall the flame we first identified as being in the Ivy's employ. From him, we were able to trace a trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. Alas, the trail came to an abrupt end. Fearing that the investigation had been compromised, we took the necessary step of detaining all suspected of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including a flame stationed at Revenant's Toll. The man's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad, the particulars of which he would share with benefactors, thereby ensuring that needs did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the details of all shipments bound for the settlement. Needless to say, that included those originating from House for Temps. He knew the precise route the caravan would take, and he sold that information to a merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other. With a little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics. Well, that is one mystery solved, at least. But what of the Ivy? Are we any closer to prizing off his mask? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising certain administrative powers available only to high-ranking members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider then that our investigation is known to a barely handful of them, the field of suspect is greatly narrowed. You mean to say that the agent is among Roban's innermost circle? Someone who has been with him since the Immortal Flames establishment? This is the most plausible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred during the company's founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. To slip into a position of authority unremarked, and remain above suspicion all these years. I too was surprised. Though I really should not have been. Of the 3 grand companies, Ulda was ever the more vulnerable to infiltration. Both Limsa Leminza and Grenadia had long-standing armed forces that lent themselves well to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people, loyal ones, mined, under the same leadership. Only the banner was different. Not so the Flames. Ulda's military was made up of disparate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary companies that answered only to their own and paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment in which to establish something as high-minded as a grand company. The difficulties Roban faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known. Even after he had convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the cost, there remained a small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed. And given the pressing nature of the Imperial threat, that meant recruiting every passing sellsword. Amidst the chaos of its founding, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier than now, aye. The immortal flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests, the public and the private. Though the monitors ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, it was not out of charity that they did so, but simple self-preservation. Had now Van Darna's ambitions been any less apocalyptic, you may be sure that they would never have risked supplying Roban with an army. There's but a wonder that they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the danger has passed. Ahem. Returning to the present. Even as we speak, our Doman allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames. Any of whom could be the Ivy. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend us their aid. I expect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, we have the second attend to the unrest. The third can join the fourth in inspecting crystal shipments. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned in like manner to the other primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send word to Sir Amric informing him of our success in identifying the heretics' abettors. Hopefully, the information will be of some use to the Guardians. It is time, Commander. Yes, I'm aware. An emergency council of the Alliance leadership has been called. There have been developments in Gardemold, it would seem. As commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. I would have you accompany me, Enio, as the realm's stoutest champion. It's only meet that you be present for the discussion. Oh, and the antecedent has already given her consent, lest you worry. Upon the honor of the Crystal Braves, I swear that I shall not rest until the Ivy is unmasked and in chains. Chains. Like me, you are doubtless eager to conclude our business with Iceheart. But until another path to her sanctum is found, she will remain beyond our reach. Minfilia and the Archons are sparing no effort to secure an alternate route. Until such time as they succeed, I suggest we give some thought to the realm's other problems. I shall go on ahead to Grenadia in readiness for the upcoming council. Meet me at Nofika's altar, and we shall make our way to the Lotus Sand together. My thanks for coming, Enio. When you're ready, speak with the conjurer yonder. She will show us to the Lotus Sand. The Alliance leaders wait you at the Lotus Sand. Will you be joining them now? Yes, we are joining them now. Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications. The rumors are true then. The War of Succession is ended. It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald. Who? The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Galvus. Yet he did not rule alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign. Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing. I thought us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor. Would that the Garlean Empire had died with him. 'Twas the grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not? Indeed. Yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Vares Galvus is a respected military leader. Not so his uncle. So, young Vares has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the empire. Given the troubled nature of his succession, the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with the strength enough to oppose him. Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions. But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their emperor gives the word. Men, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project. Plainly, the new emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all. I propose that we set aside the Cartino dispute for the present and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald. Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemy's ambitions. Well, I suppose we should be grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows? They may even do something about it. If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates, praying for the coming storm to pass them by. But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I'm more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming. So long as the Ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe. It will not have escaped your notice that the nations of Eorzea are no nearer to being of one purpose. Despite their protestations to the contrary, plainly, the threat of a resurgent Garlemald is not enough to steer them. And the reason for this? Deep-rooted mistrust amongst the citizenry. The nation's leaders can come to all the understandings they like, but their unity means little unless to the common folk. Take the Lemenzens, for instance. Though Admiral William outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nation as a haven for grog-swilling wooden-legged cutthroats. And likewise, the Grenadians are mocked as hermits who talk to trees, and the Oldens scorned as swindlers who worship coin. Not that such sentiments are entirely without grounds, of course. Take that pillar of Olden society, Tiligi Adiligi, for example. But that is beside the point. The fact is that people are wary of outsiders, whether they have cause to be or not. On that basis, one could argue that the conflict at Cartino is a necessary evil. Each nation has its own warmongering faction that advocates the acquisition of Omega. In order to placate them, we present them something resembling warfare, and thereby curb their appetite for a full-scale conflict. But enough idle amusing. Let us speak of a more pressing matter. The Ivy. Since we spoke at the Observatorium, Captain Ilbert has further shortened his list of suspects. And by happy coincidence, the one he deems the most likely candidate is lately come to Grenada. The hunt nears its end, Enio. All that remains is to corner our quarry. Seek out Ilbert near the Adder's Nest. He will give you the particulars. Should there be any developments in Coerthas, you may be sure that I will send word without delay. In the meantime, I wish you success in apprehending the Ivy. My thanks for coming, Scion. Doubtless the commander has informed you, but we have unmasked the Ivy. From this point on, we must proceed with extreme caution. Listen well. The spy we have been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal Eline Roaille, Roban's second in command. Prior to joining the Immortal Flames, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with a polearm had to be seen to be believed. Of Ishgardian birth, she is the highest ranked foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General himself, of course. When he formed the Grand Company, Roban chose people based on their worth, whence they hailed was of no interest. The monitors saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. And 'twas no secret that they did not favor foreigners, Ishgardians especially, after the way the Holy See forsook the Alliance. Yet, the monitors did not raise so much as a murmur of protest when Roaille was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be that the Ivy has some hold over the monitarists? But these revelations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us is Roaille's presence here now. As you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Roban attended the Council of Alliance Leaders, she should have remained in the Hall of Flames. The woman has no business being Grenada, yet here she is nonetheless, on some pretense. She is up to something, mark my words. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trawling the Flames records for evidence of Roaille's guilt. But if we can catch her red-handed, we shall have all the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, the airship landing, and the docks, every point of egress. She cannot leave without our knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely upon your eyes, Scion? You have my thanks. Let us go then, and take care not to alert our quarry. So, Roaille has entered the Carline canopy, meeting someone, perchance? Or could it be she means to board an airship? Pray look for her within. If she is not on the upper floor, try a landing area below. One of mine is stationed there, and she may have seen something. If it means her name, I shall remain here in case Roaille reappears. EnioHabev, such an unexpected pleasure. What brings you here? Ahem. A social visit, you say? How pleasant. No, she didn't come this way. I've noted every passenger and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you. Nowhere to be seen, you say? And you're sure she did not board an airship? She did not come back out either. Where in the seven hells could she have gone? The roost! How could I forget? Greetings, good sir. Might I interest you in some Muntoy tonic? A cup a day imbues a man with great vigor, if you take my meaning. Perhaps another time, friend. Wait. That necklace. You are a shinobi of Doma. The woman you seek has left Grenadia by way of West Shore Pier. She was attired as a merchant, but these eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. Thank the 12 for the Domans. Were it not for their unique talents, Roaille would have disappeared without a trace. Our hunt leads us to the East Shroud, Scion. I suggest we follow Roaille's example and take the ferry from West Shore Pier. You'll doubtless wish to make certain preparations. See to them while I go on ahead. I shall wait for you at Sweet Bloom Pier. This way, my friends. Your quarry makes for the Hawthorne hot. If Roaille is truly the one we seek, we can expect that she means to make contact with her Garlean masters there. An explanation is in order. You are no doubt aware that the Garleans have their own method of communicating over great distances. Well, our ingenious friends at Garlean Ironworks have provided us with devices which disrupt these communications, and we have installed them around the city-states. In so doing, we have made it difficult for Imperial agents to correspond with their masters. Roaille would thus have no choice but to rendezvous with their Imperial contact directly. Yet, as a well-known face in the Immortal Flames, she cannot move about Tenala without being recognized. It would only be a matter of time before someone saw through her disguise. For this reason, I believe, that she has chosen the Black Shroud for a clandestine meeting. This place is home to many of your kind, and the arrival of one more Elysian is not like to turn any heads. As my scouts tell it, the Garleans have sent agents with a mind to destroy the devices and render such direct contact unnecessary. Fortunately, our shinobi have thus far been successful in rebuffing their efforts. This is it. We need only make for Hawthorne's hut and catch Roaille in the act. Alright, here you go. If Roaille was here, she is no more. We have no choice but to continue the pursuit. My people report that our quarry has departed for the Bramble Patch. The ivy returns to the Grenarls when she came, but perhaps it is all for the better. To convict someone of her standing, we will require damning evidence against her. What could be better than to catch her in the act when she meets with her Garlean masters? My countrymen and I shall lie in wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friends. Just beyond, Roaille is in conversation with an individual clad in the manner of an adventurer. An Imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it! With me! Flame Marshal Eline Roaille, you are under arrest for treason and espionage. You are followed, you bloody fool! Damnation! You are unarmed, my lady, and scarcely garbed for battle. But if you wish to fight, you are welcome to try. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for strolling in the Twelveswood? When last I looked, that was no crime, and neither was conversing with passing strangers. You would feign ignorance, then? Very well. If you do think of something to say, there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now, come quietly, or I shall make you wish you had. I will offer you no struggle. After all, I have naught to hide. Even a warrior of Roaille's renown could not have hoped to escape by force. Despite her claims, her surrender does not bespeak innocence, but an awareness that her position is untenable. With the ivy dust uprooted, it is to be hoped that the tendrils she entwined around the immortal flames will gradually wither and die. Mayhap then the people of Ulda will have the grand company they deserve. But let us speak of the present. If I may ask, what will you do now, Enio? So the Scions seek a way into the Iceheart sanctum. Then I dare say you are eager to return to the Rising Stones. Pray do not let me keep you. Fear not, my countrymen and I shall tend to the aftermath. You need not waste your talents here. And speaking of talents, have you considered training in the art of shinobi? You have the aptitude for it, I believe, so please give it some thought. Till next time, my friend. Aw, Totoro is being cute. Steady, steady. Not bad, eh? With a little bit more practice, I could earn a fortune at the Ruby Road Exchange. Totoro has grown beyond childish fantasies of becoming a songstress. Now she aspires to be a legendary street performer. She cannot be seriously considering it. Life as a street performer should be one's last resort, not their first. Yes, but Higiri, you're missing the point. The individual doesn't matter. It was a team effort. And I was the one who... Tancred's tales of Lady Yugiri almost beggar belief. My heart is fair fit to burst from admiration. A rousing tale of a comrade's valor. Truly, we are fortunate to count Lady Yugiri a friend. Ooh, I cannot go on much longer. I could do this all day. OLLDAY. It's a battle of wills, a struggle for supremacy. Our fighting styles may differ, but this unyielding spirit is the same in warriors the world over. I must admit, this exercise of yours never fails to amuse me. While its movements appear comical, it does seem to be having the desired effect. Strength! Quarry! On your honor as a scion, I forbid you to surrender. I like these moments. There's always something that there is always something the characters have to say. It's always good to check up on them. The biggest giveaways are their positions, if you remember them. Alright, let's finish this off in Minfilia. Welcome back, Enio. I understand that Alphinel had a task for you. May I ask what it was? Charges of treason and espionage against Eline Roaille. I can scarce believe it. Could there not have been some manner of misunderstanding? No, it avails us not to dwell on it. Whatever the truth may be, we must trust to the authorities to uncover it. Let us speak of another matter. I am pleased to report that we have made progress in our efforts to find a way to Iceheart's sanctum. And that concludes our session for today, guys. We made quite a bit of progress backtracking to the secondary quest, but we are definitely going to reach Heavensward next week, I hope. So thank you so much for continuing to be patient with me, guys, and have a wonderful night. I'll see y'all next week. Take care.